Ryanair will be investigated by 2 parliamentary committees over allegations about employee working conditions, including that the budget airline has been trying to wriggle out of paying its staff the national minimum wage. Frank Field, chair of the Work and Pensions Committee, and Rachel Reeves, chair of the Business Select Committee, on Wednesday wrote to the airline's outspoken boss Michael O'Leary to demand answers to a string of allegations raised by Ryanair's staff. The damaging claims come after Ryanair finally agreed to recognize pilot and cabin crew unions in order to avert a pre-Christmas strike. Sadly, it will not surprise me if the sorry picture painted here is true. A company that turned in £1.15 billion profit last year squeezing its workers, Field, the Labour MP for Birkenhead, said. People who work long, hard hours and have an important role in passenger safety, and yet apparently cannot count on receiving the national minimum wage, or even close to it. Ryanair once tried to make its passengers pay to use the loo, now they even make their workers pay to quit. As well as foisting a host of other miserly, and potentially unlawful, requirements on them. The letter to O'Leary sets out detailed allegations, including staff having to pay £25 per month for their uniform in the first year of employment and having a £175 administration cost taken from their salaries if they leave the company in the first 15 months of employment. Reeves said, "These allegations of hours of unpaid work, of charges for uniforms, of fees being incurred to leave, suggest a company falling well short of its duty to the staff who help their planes get off the ground and who spend the flight attending to and serving its paying customers." Ryanair now need to provide answers on the fees and charges faced by cabin staff and set out how they ensure these staff are receiving the national minimum wage. Ryanair, which made a record £1.1 billion of profit in the year to the end of March, said, "We will respond to the subcommittee in early January as requested." However, the claims about cabin crew pay and working conditions are false. Ryanair cabin crew earn between €24,000 to €40,000, which is more than double the UK national minimum wage. The new allegations come soon after crews were warned of disciplinary proceedings for missing sales targets on scratch cards, and staff on Italian bases were threatened with collective sanctions if any member joined a strike called last week. Earlier this week the airline said it would recognize cabin crew and pilots unions for this first time in its 32-year history in an attempt to prevent damaging strikes across Europe over the next few days. Not recognizing trade unions was at the heart of O'Leary's low-cost business model that helped transform a small Irish regional airline into Europe's largest carrier by passenger numbers. O'Leary has frequently dismissed pilots' complaints and insisted on pay negotiations being conducted through company-controlled representative committees at individual bases. He was once quoted as saying he would rather cut off his own hand than recognize unions.